Good.
And is the other numbers going on the bottom? Okay, cool. This is Garrett Scotch's project for global journalism. This is my friend Amanda. She is from Dubai and moved here a couple years ago. So let's get started. What languages do you speak fluently?
I speak English, Spanish, Arabic, and Mandarin.
Can we hear some
Some Arabic.
Arabic and
Well, you typically, when you see someone, you say "Assalamu alaikum," and then they always say back "Wa alaikum assalam." That's like the thing.
what is that?
That's kind of like "Hi, how are you?" And then they're just like "I'm good." Like it's like just a greeting.
How long ago did you learn, or like what made you want to learn Mandarin?
Well, I used to live in Singapore for a couple of years, and then I lived in China as well. So when I lived there, I picked up Chinese.
That's pretty cool. What newspapers or TV and radio stations did you listen to or read or while you lived in Dubai?
Well, the main one definitely was Al Jazeera, and then there was also, you guys have it as well, like Bloomberg. I don't think it's like a really big thing here though. And then there was one 24/7, and then there was another one called 7 Days.
Did you watch those pretty often?
Yeah, I mean, it was like the newspapers and just the news outlets. There was also like CNN and
This is kind of a redundant question, but why did you choose those news outlets and not others?
it was just typically like the main source of UAE. Like it's Dubai, and then UAE is like the bigger overall. So it would kind of cover all of the places around Dubai, and like Dubai is within UAE. So yeah, it was just like around that, typically like centered.
So do you still keep in touch with like what's going on in Dubai and stuff like that?
Yeah, the news there is like a little. It's different than in the U.S. because I feel like in the U.S. a lot of the news is like centered around like politicians and like just all of that debate of like whether what Trump is doing is right or not. Like it's a lot about that, and because in Dubai or like in the UAE, it's based on like a sheikh, which is like basically like a monarch, and his rule like is final. And the way that it is like no one can just like come out and say like what he's doing is wrong.
It's not a free press.
Yeah, so like there's no discussion about that, and like he's never viewed in like a wrong light. So there's not a lot of debate about it like there is here, like whether what he's doing is right or wrong. So it like opens up the you could say it opens up the media to just focusing on like what's happening, but then it also kind of skews it so that you can't really question him, if that makes sense. Like you can't speak badly about him, period.
It's all
Like you'd literally get taken up by the police if the wrong people heard you talking badly about him.
yeah, it's like very, very like biased,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So since you said that you kind of keep in touch with Dubai and the news and stuff, do you know the most important news story in your country right now? Like do you know like what's going on in Dubai, like the most important thing?
Yeah, I mean, they lit up the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest building in the world for Sri Lanka. Right now, they're preparing a lot for the Expo 2020, which is like a huge, huge expo, and it's actually insane. Like they're building this huge thing for it in the middle of Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and I think it's like around 192 countries so far are going, and that's the most countries that have ever gone, like ever. So it's going to be a really big thing. When I left in 2016, and already we knew that we were going to be hosting the expo, and like they were already getting ready, and like everyone was super excited. Like there was banners everywhere, so we're like preparing for that, and then it's kind of hard too because the media, like, you're not allowed. Sorry, am I speaking too much? No. You're not. It's kind of strange, but you're not allowed to commit suicide in Dubai. So, like,
What happens if you do?
they just kind of cover it up. Like, they won't really put it on the news, and like, so
They broadcast suicides?
no.
No, like they would, like, or like, wouldn't you like cover it up, like?
They wouldn't, they just, like, I know, apparently someone had tried to commit suicide off of the Burj Khalifa, and, like, there was no news about it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like, he did jump, I'm pretty sure, when I was
People are saying
there.
he fell.
And, like, no, like, there was just no media over it, like, none. Because, I don't think, like, you'll get fined if your car is dirty. Like, because they don't want it to, like, ruin the identity of the city. Like, it's something super, yeah, like, you'll
Wow.
literally get fined if your car is dirty.
Wow.
Yeah, so, like, Dubai is, because when you look at Dubai, like, you see, like, so much luxury, and, like, it's just like a utopia that, like, it just, they don't want anything marking it off. And it's the safest country in the world right now.
Bias?
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's, I mean, when I would live there, like, I would go out and, you know, I'd come home really late, and, like, I would take a taxi by myself. Like, I would take the metro. They have, like, the Sky Metro, which is like a metro rail, elevated.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and, like, it, like, links a ton of the malls together, and then
Like,
it,
you were flying like above the ground level.
yeah, it's like a metro above the ground,
That's so sick.
like a train.
That's really sick.
Yeah, and it's super clean. Like, Dubai is super clean, and it was really cheap. And taxis also were really cheap, and they were everywhere. And, you know, a lot of my friends had drivers, so we, like, their driver would come pick me up, or, like, we would go and do whatever. And then my parents, like, were never worried about me. Like, I mean, obviously they were worried, but, you know, when I would go out, it would be a lot about, like, I would get home safe. Like, they wouldn't mind, you know? Like, it's a safe place.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Like, I never had any altercation with anyone, like,
No,
on the
but-
streets, like,
not worried about, getting mugged or anything.
yeah, no, there was I never had that. And, like, yeah.
Let's see. What do you like? And then the next question is, what do you dislike about the mass media in your country?
I like that it's about,
This can be like any.
a lot of the times it's about, like, the good things,
It
typically.
doesn't have to be like just news. It can be like the like E, like in America's like E, like Entertainment Tonight, like any of those like raunchy like rom-com things, or soap opera. You know what I mean? You can talk about pretty much anything that you get like entertainment from. So
I really liked how, like, Dubai is so like, up to date with everything, and constantly it wanted to almost better itself. Like, there was constantly buildings being made, there was constantly, like, changes coming. Like, I loved that when I was there. Like, we would go on yachts a lot, and, like, go on yacht parties, and, like, or just my school itself was, like, beautiful, immaculate. Like, we had our own tennis courts. I saw Roger Federer came to play, like, on our tennis courts.
wow,
Yeah, like, to practice. I saw, like, a lot of famous people when I was in Dubai. I saw the Fast and Furious crew, like, literally on the yacht next to mine. Yeah.
like saw like Vin Diesel and stuff.
Yeah. Like, he was on the yacht next to mine. Yeah.
Nice shot.
Nice yacht.
What do you dislike? If there's anything that you dislike.
Yeah, I actually don't like. There's a really big issue that you only know really if you live in Dubai, which is honestly, the people that work on those buildings that are, like, so immaculate, so beautiful, are basically there on slavery. Bless you.
Really?
They're basically there on slavery. Yeah. They come from India or Pakistan, and, like, these corporations will get them to come, and a lot of times they'll take their passports away, hold their visas,
Until they're
and
done or something?
no, literally keep them there for life, and they literally like give them dirt. Like money wise, it's nothing. 500 dirhams is probably around $100 a month. They put them in these like shacks.
Is it just, is like, they have like families too?
Yeah, like they came with the promise of like giving them a ton of money and sending them there, like sending them, like being able to send their family money back. And I mean, like they're literally stuck in Dubai. A lot of times it's not that case, but
So
there's-
they're not like truthful about that in the media? That's kind of messed up.
no, like there's no media portrayal on it, none. Like there's been documentaries where these guys have like, with cameras and stuff, have like broken into the compounds where they keep all of those men, because they literally keep them.
It's like a concentration
It,
camp.
no, it is like they keep them in these shacks where you literally walk in and there's just like 40 of them when they're like, it's just not enough room. Like they're just like stacked on top of each other.
Just in bed and stuff?
Yeah. And like and they just have to like work.
They're doing good at covering that up, 'cause I've never heard about that before.
Exactly. And Dubai gets really hot, like 50 degrees Celsius, which is like 120 degrees Fahrenheit. It'll like get above that because it's a desert. And if it hits above 50, the workers aren't allowed to work. And so literally they skew the temperature system so it never hits above 50. Unless it's like obliteratingly hot, so that those guys can always work.
You can have a heat stroke and die.
Exactly.
They just,
No, yeah.
I guess.
There's so many of them. There's literally like
You're easily replaced.
exactly like, yeah, like these guys, like when you see them, like they're basura, like they're nothing. Like that's how they're treated. Like they're literally not treated like people.
Like animals.
Yeah, literally like yeah, and it's terrible that it's like not portrayed on the media like enough, just because like they don't want to tarnish the light of Dubai, you know.
That's like.
It's
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The fact that they keep that so hush hush is
yeah.
like kind of scary.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I
you don't
can't
know.
imagine what else they have under.
Exactly. Like
Wow.
it's the whole system too where Emiratis, so Dubai is built on 97% are expats, which are like people that moved there like from different ethnicities. That's 97%. So only 3% are like ethnic. Like even if you're born there, you're not an Emirati. It's not like the US. And like so since only 3% of Dubai is Emiratis, they try to keep them there, and Emiratis get a percentage of oil profit. So they're insanely rich. If you're an Emirati, you are insanely rich. And like if the police know that you're Emirati, they will do nothing to you.
You're like
Like you are untouchable.
You're like a made man or something. Like you're made.
Yes,
Yeah.
your family after, because they want them to stay in Dubai because it's only 3%, and they want them to stay. So they give them a percentage of the profits, and they do nothing. They're little shits. Sorry, can I say that? Okay.
So like, what was the money system you said? That like it's like U.S. dollars. What's
Oh, dirhams,
how many like dirhams do they earn a year in U.S. dollars?
Emiratis. Oh, I don't know, but I mean, they have everything at their disposal for sure.
Like you're millionaires.
Like,
Millionaires
yeah.
or billionaires? You think?
I wouldn't be surprised. Like they literally, if there's videos on Facebook that, have you ever seen those videos of like tigers and leopards in cars? That's in Dubai. Like I'll literally be walking around and I'll like turn and there'll just be like a Ferrari and in the passenger seat there's a cheetah. Like that's a thing. I'm serious. Like that's an actual thing. And
That is
like
amazing.
there's videos on Facebook of these guys that have a lion and like they like the lion will like chase one of their friends around, like it's like a really funny thing. But that's in Dubai too. Like they just can get away with anything. Like
Having
anything you
exotic animals
want,
like that's-
anything you want, like you can have it in Dubai. Whether you're Emirati or not, like if you have money, like you literally can have anything. Like we used to get school off for fashion shows. We used to get school off for the tennis tournaments, for rugby sevens. Like we would get school off if it rained. It rained like once a year, so it's like a big deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, one more, and we'll call it, be done for the day. What is the biggest misconception people in America have about Dubai?
I think I would probably say that
I think everyone's rich, and I think everyone owns like a. That's gonna be kind of racist, but I feel like everyone like has like a camel or something. Wears a dress and rides a camel. I think of India, but that's just
no, it's not in India. It's like its own place. It's not in India. India's like here, and then
I thought Dubai was
Egypt
India.
is here. Like
I'm
Africa.
gonna catch some shit for that from Larry. Not that Dubai's in India.
Yeah, it's like Africa's here, India's here, like up here, and then like Egypt, and then there's like a little part right here, and it's right there. I'll show you on a map.
Okay.
It's like right next to Saudi and Oman and Turkey.
Okay, like Yemen. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what's the biggest misconception that you can think of?
About the U.S. I mean, I would probably say like the workers. I just hate that. Like, I think it's just really unfair and unjust. Like, those are people, like actual people, and they're just treated like garbage. But the U.S. Well, when you look at Dubai, like if you ever look at photos, it's beautiful. Like it's immaculate. But you can only live in like a utopia for so long. Like when I left, I was sick of it. Like I wanted to leave.
I feel that because like every time I think of Dubai, I think of money.
Exactly.
So,
Like that lifestyle gets so toxic and like so sick. Like I would go out in the middle of the week to like a ball and like just I was in high school and or like my like for sports tournaments we would go to Dubai. I mean we would go to India, we would go to Egypt like for a week and like it just like school was very, very important there. Like I literally went to school with Einstein's relatives. Like
Really?
yeah. Craig Einstein, that's his name. And
Genius.
last name. Yeah, I think he's actually studying like astrophysics.
I'd be a genius.
Yeah. Like
Big shoes to fill.
it's funny because when you go and like the people that you meet are so intelligent and like because they're in Dubai, like you can't be in Dubai and not be working. Like that's not a thing. There's like no homeless people.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah. But the people that you're surrounded with are so like a lot of them are entrepreneurs, like a lot of them like built their businesses and now they're like multi-billion businesses. And like so my friends' family, like they were so intelligent that like when you're surrounded by that, it motivates you to do better and like you're just expected to do better. You know what I mean? Like there's not like I'm not gonna I never thought for 1 second that I wasn't gonna go to college. Like
That's good. That's a good mentality.
I had no idea.
Everyone there seems very driven.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's that.
That's really good.
But then like we would go out and these people would get like I don't know if I can say is that okay?
Yeah.
They would just get like really drunk or like my like friends like who they like could do that and like we could go out but then they would also have such good grades. Like like when I moved to a public school in Houston, I had no idea that people didn't go to college. I had no idea. I didn't even think that was a thing. And then I had no like people here, it's like there's a difference. You can either go out and you're not good at school or you can like be good at school and not go out. Like here there's no kind of in between.
Is school harder in
Over
Dubai?
there, yeah. Oh my god, a ton. Like when I moved back to the US my junior senior year of high school and I don't think I studied one bit. And I took all AP. Like I didn't study at all. Like it was a joke. And in Dubai like I would be studying like a lot. But then I'd also go out. So it was insane. Like, I had no idea that people could actually be that stupid.
So now people from
It's a
Dubai
shame.
probably think that like teenagers and college kids from America are just like
Yeah.
wasting their money, I guess,
Yeah,
on college.
a lot when I lived there and, people talked about the US, like, a lot of the time it wasn't in, like, good light, for sure. Like, I think when I lived there and then when I lived in Singapore and China too, like, they looked at the US kind of like, what the hell are you doing? Kind of thing.
I feel like that, like the USA or like America thinks that everyone loves them, but
Yeah.
they really don't.
Yeah.
'Cause we,
When you
like-
go overseas and, like, you say that you're an American, like,
You get this
Yeah.
nasty look.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you think like you need to butt in on everything, and yeah, I feel that. It's like mind your own business.
yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, I appreciate you, doing this with me and
Yeah, of course.
taking time out of your morning to, give me some insights on India and
It's not India.
oh shit, Dubai. You can click that record button.
I'm clicking it, but I don't think it's working.
I think it's fine.
Oh, I think I need to hit the pause.